Hey everyone, welcome back to On Campus, our flagship show here at Offshoot. We're back in the Belfast campus today, enjoying a bit of quietness just while everyone's off studying for their exams. I'm Amy, this is Adam, and we're joined today by Pete Giffen.
Pete is a comedian from Lurgan who's making waves. Recently appeared at the Empire Comedy Night in Belfast. He's MCing our lunch gigs alongside Paddy, Raff, Emma Doran and Bronagh Diamond. Welcome to the show, Pete. Welcome, looking forward to the gigs.
Thank you very much for having me. This is lovely. Good to see you guys.
So we asked all our guests this: if you could take any university degree and take all the knowledge and information you learn across those 4 years and just absorb it all into your brain, which one would you choose and why?
Oh, that's a tough question. I think I'd maybe go for like a foreign language, maybe something like Spanish, just because it'll probably take me like 10 years to actually naturally learn. I think if I could download all that information, that'd be pretty handy. And it's probably like you can go different routes with it.
Yeah, get a job anywhere with
Different
it.
jobs.
Did you do it in school?
I did do it in school.
How?
I have a GCSE in Spanish,
Me
so
too, yeah.
I'm halfway there. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I've pretty much got it nailed down.
You could have like Spanish gig. What would your
We
joke?
Spanish gig, yes.
What would legitimately?
Pedro Live. Pedro Live. Go work sports journalism, European Union. First time I'd go for
Yeah.
Spanish. Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I always wish my mum was Spanish, just so
Yeah.
I could be like. You ever see when you like one of your mates is like bilingual and then you don't know it and then they just go on their phone with their mum and they just start. It's like,
It's probably the most natural thing for someone who is naturally bilingual to switch between languages, but it's the most impressive thing to people who can't
I
do
know,
it.
it's like black magic. Or like,
Yeah. It is impressive. Yeah, I'd like that skill. I think it would be good.
I think that'd be a good one.
Anyway, time to start the show. Firstly, stupid news.
So, have you heard of the Yellow Man up in Derry?
Yes, I've seen the clip of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a bit rogue, he's a bit weird. For anyone that doesn't know, he's a man in a long yellow coat, very like a fisherman, woolly boots, a wig and a white, kind of like Michael Myers-esque mask. And this guy was just driving along and he seen him just walking along the road. And the man stopped and asked him, was he alright? But he was saying he's fine, but he was saying like the mask is stuck to his face. And there's been rumours that he's actually been lurking outside people's houses, looking in their windows. What do you think? Like, what do you think this guy's motive is? Is he just being weird? Is he actually someone to be worried about? The police are involved apparently and monitoring it.
I think it's just a drunk guy from Halloween who hasn't been able to get his costume off him yet.
That's what I was gonna say. It just seems like a stag do or something. They've
Yeah.
glued a mask to his face.
I think it's ironic though, like that there's a yellow man walking around Derry. It's normally orange men, you know. So
Maybe it's
I think that's a nice change. You know, we're getting more progressive in this country.
maybe it's a protest.
It's a protest, yeah. It's not to bring the tone down, but I definitely think it's something weirdly sexual. Like if you're wearing a mask and peeking through people's living room blinds in a full like anorak, like I dread to think what's under the anorak.
That's what I was gonna say.
I don't think there's going to be much.
the anorak and the wellies.
Yeah.
What would you do if you like were walking down the road and you just seen this guy coming towards you?
I'd be tempted to maybe swerve the car and try to hit him.
If it was on the street, there's nothing. I just walk the other way.
But
then
I'd
if you
be
like-
scared he's behind me then. I'd keep looking over my
Yeah,
shoulder,
that
I'd
would
be
be a bit dodgy
paranoid.
for you, yeah. The raincoat in it kind of reminds me of, you know, like the kid from It.
Yeah.
Yes, Amy said
That's
that
what
as
it
well.
reminds me of. So if it started raining, like I'd probably stay away from the drains, just in case Pennywise is down there.
Yeah, and like I didn't know they make adult size of those yellow trains.
I think you can get anything online. I don't think that's the weirdest outfit that guy has.
Suppose.
It's the mask that does it for me. That's what just reminds me too much of Michael
Yeah.
Myers. He's one
I
that
don't know how
scares
anyone
me.
could wear them. See, when I wear like an old, you know, like an old like Halloween mask, I get like real like, claustrophobic under it. Like I don't understand how someone could
It's the
walk
breath.
around
It
in
gets
that.
really breathy after
Yeah.
a while, and you
Like-
sing.
condensation inside.
Yeah, if I was murdering anybody, I'd have to take it off.
Yeah, yeah.
Mid-murder.
And that's how you get caught.
Exactly.
And that's how you're going to McGoldrick for play.
Amy's got a massive fear of all things. Like Mike Myers, she can't go to she's afraid of the toilet.
Yeah, there's like a scene in like the second Halloween movie or something, and
Okay.
a girl's in the toilet and he just comes in, he does what he does, and
Yeah.
so since I've watched that, anytime I go into the bathroom where it's like a lot of stalls, I'm like checking the doors,
Yeah.
and say, do you ever get there's just maybe like one stall locked? I'm just like
Yes.
really paranoid. I kind of look down and I'm like, is there a shadow, like just in case someone's lurking, or like Adam said earlier, like imagine you just see like footsteps just suddenly lower to the ground. I was like, I'm gonna shit myself, so I am.
Literally, that's why you're in the bathroom.
Yeah, pretty much, and I'm so on edge when I go to the bathroom now that isn't just in my house.
Yeah, that's true. There's nothing more unsettling like going into the bathroom and the stall's locked, but there's no one in it.
I've
Do you
never
ever
seen
see that?
No.
Or like maybe like they've shut the bathroom off as if like something's happened to
Yeah.
the toilet, so it's locked. As
Also,
if there's nobody in, and you're like, I don't know if I trust that.
in those toilets, there's no service. If you're in there, you're done for. Like, there's no one's gonna find you. The walls are thick. I don't think they'll hear you scream.
This is where Halloween 3 or 4 starts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Amy only uses disabled toilets for this reason.
Right,
So
okay.
no one can speak up on it.
Just brings a blue badge everywhere with you.
I would go into them, but I think if I was like, you said if it was late at night, and I had to choose, I'm like, well, I'll go to the one where I feel a wee bit more like protected and not at risk of seeing another person in there.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough.
When I'm in uni, I do try and go to the toilet where no one's at. Like to the
Yeah.
point where I've taken 10 minutes looking for a toilet because there's one person in there.
That was the thing in school and university. You just try to avoid going to the toilet at all costs.
No.
Just hold it in until you get home.
Like and all the like, our toilets were locked for all the boys for like a good 6 months because they just destroyed them.
With what?
Somebody,
Bodily fluids or
No, somebody puts-
physical violence or
somebody put stones down the toilet and then something happened with the pipes and like the pipes came down and the classroom it came down on was an ICT room.
right, okay.
So it just destroyed all
Load of equipment,
all
like
the computer destroyed.
all
by
your
the-
good laptops
So
wrecked.
weren't allowed to go to toilet privileges were revoked.
Nah, it's ruined.
Anyway, that's enough from stupid news. Let's have a look at what's up on the offshoot channel. This week we dropped our long-awaited second episode of Confessions of a Fresher. Let's have a look.
Do you want me to do it really dramatically? Help me, forgive me, offshoot, for I have sinned.
I was over visiting my friend in Liverpool during Eurovision, and we went out on a walk one night and we ended up in a club, and we were in just our GA shorts and a hoodie, very dressed down, and quite a few people randomly came up to us and were just like, why are you dressed like that? And we just told them we were rehearsing for Eurovision.
So currently I'm doing a film degree, but I have no interest in working in the film industry whatsoever.
Basically, I've been stealing a psychology degree education from my time at university. Around first year, I had basically gone to the wrong class and ended up in a psychology class. And I really enjoyed it. And I was kind of at a time where I had nothing to do during the day anyway, so I just kept going throughout the year. Made some great friends, and it was just kind of fun because I didn't actually have to do any exams.
So back in first year, I was on a night out, and it was about 2 in the morning, and we were all going home, and I tried to book a taxi, but there were no taxis available, and I tried again at 3, and there were still no taxis available, so I was like, right, where am I going to sleep? Everyone else has went home. So I had my uni card with me, so I just went back to the university because it wasn't too far, and I went and slept there that night.
So last year, when I was in Liv, I went on a night out. I believe it was Limelight we went to, and I had a bit too much, got a bit too heavy on it, and then halfway through the night, I was gone. I don't remember a thing. I remember distinctly going to the toilet, and after that, the next thing I knew, I woke up in a flat, and it was a similar layout to my flat, student accommodation, and I was like, oh, back home in my flat in my kitchen. But partway through, I realised that it wasn't. I was actually in a random flat, and I still to this day don't know whose flat it was. I can't remember the number. I remember it was on the left-hand side of the building, and I was on the right-hand side of the building. And I have no idea who it was, why I was there, how I got there. But yeah, I just woke up in somebody's flat. So there's a group of people out there that know me, and I don't know them.
Confessions Are Fresher, episode 2 is now streaming on the YouTube channel. Pete, do you have any confessions from your time at uni?
No, I do have a story, but this is like one of these moments where someone goes, this didn't happen to me, it happened to a friend of mine. And like, everyone knows it genuinely did happen to that person, but I promise you it didn't. I remember one time in university, we stayed in the Holy Lands,
Yeah.
and I think it was on St. Patrick's Day, and I got to about 4 in the afternoon, and we looked up, and someone was standing on one of the roofs of the houses, taking a shite down the chimney.
Was he one of your mates?
It was not one of our mates, but it was at a party that we were at. So I think that guy probably has the biggest confession of anyone that's ever went to university ever.
Did you shout up to him?
No, I just let him finish. He seemed like he was
That's a real
in the
like
middle of something important.
like a yellow man type situation.
Yeah.
Like, why is he
He
taking a
was
shit?
from Derry, now you mention it, yeah.
Maybe that's him.
Yeah, so I don't think that guy owned up to it either.
Could you
know what I mean?
clearly see it was him?
Yeah.
Why? Like, but how do you even get on top of a roof?
That's the I think that do you know like the 3-story university house in the Holy Land?
Yeah, yeah.
I think they have like a skylight to go onto the
right,
roof, and I think he's went up through there. I don't know if he was actually doing it, but he had his trousers around his ankles and pretending that he was.
I find that mad that you just walked past. I feel like I would have shouted something, like
So
make
we
them
were like
nervous.
out in the garden, you know, like out in the front,
Yeah.
and then just all of a sudden, slightly in the distance, you could just see a bare arse on the chimney.
That reminds me, like on we got our results day.
Yeah.
My mate was like really needed to pee, and we're
Okay.
walking by Queens. You know the trees in front of Queens. He was that desperate. He's gonna pee there,
Yeah.
and he goes into the trees and then to pee, and
Okay.
someone just shouts down at him. I am the Lorax. There's a guy crouched in the tree looking down at him while he was peeing,
Wearing a yellow raincoat and a Mike Myers mask.
and he did, and he kept peeing. Didn't break a stream, which I think is so impressive.
That happened. I can't break stream.
So it could be anything.
Yeah. Once you start, you can't stop.
That needs to be on like Holy Land Spotted or something.
Yeah.
Okay, well, also streaming at the moment, the Blame Game filmed their final radio episode here in Ulster University in our Lecture Theatre 1, and we were able to go behind the scenes and film a mini doc for everyone to see. Here's a clip.
Okay, so we're in one of the lecture theatres here at Ulster University. This is where we're going to be shooting the Blame Game today. So, sort of from left, we've got Tim, our main presenter, followed by our lovely comedians here. And of course, our gorgeous audience, which will be loads of Ulster University members, hopefully.
Is this the most famous people that you've ever been in a lift with, Robin?
I think, yeah, it must be. Well, one of them anyway.
Behind the scenes of the Blame Game is now streaming live on Offshoot TV. Very stressful that day. The printer wasn't working and I had to print scripts.
Yeah, while you were dealing with that, I was just off grabbing Nando's and pizza, so I was happy enough. Pete, if you could be on any TV panel show, which one do you think you would choose? Why?
I think the Blame Game is a good shout, especially for Northern Ireland. Like it's definitely iconic. Like it's probably the most classic comedy show here. It didn't give my head peace. But if I had to go for one like UK wide, I'd probably go for What I Lie to You.
I love that one.
I think it's great. Like I think it's unique, and it's not just comedians that they have on it. You know, they have like sports people or actors or like social media stars, and you get like a wee glimpse into each of their lives. And I think David Mitchell and Lee Mack, they're class together.
Yeah.
And my favourite on it, like the favourite repeat guest, is Bob Mortimer.
Oh, I totally agree.
His clips on What I Lie to You are absolutely fantastic. Like so.
Wasn't James Acaster? He was on that.
Yeah,
he's one of my favourites. I remember I watched him on Taskmaster.
Yeah.
It was one of my favourite shows, and I just think he's so funny.
Taskmaster as well.
I would love to
If
do
you count
something
that
like
as a
that.
panel show, like yeah.
How do you think you'd fare in Taskmaster?
I genuinely think I'd probably get quite frustrated at stuff.
Yeah, because Rod Gilbert talked about it and he said it was the most stressful thing ever
Yeah.
because you'd be there with a crew and then you'd have to be like, think of something funny.
Yeah.
And
It'd be a weird environment to put yourself in. I probably would get like pissed off and start like
I
throwing.
think that would be the humour then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we would
suppose
love to
so.
see
I
that.
suppose so, yeah.
anyway, one last thing to do, the egg game.
So Pete, the egg game is you get a minute to take your egg and balance it on the table.
Okay.
And if you can do it, you get into the Egg Hall of Fame, which it might seem like this can't happen, but it's happened twice on the show. There's 2 eggs already in, so it really is that simple, just to balance it. So
Okay.
do you want to show your egg to the camera?
Yes, this is my egg here. I think probably the other people who've done this probably had a more detailed egg, but this egg looks frighteningly similar to what I actually look like because
Yes.
it's got no hair on it. So it's It's nice to know the ball community's being represented here. So this may be Egg. He's looking pretty happy, isn't he?
Yes, you
I
got
like
you
it.
captured your essence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
in it.
like I feel like I'm holding up a passport photo to try to get into a nightclub. Yeah, no, I'm happy enough. He's looking pretty happy. I'm feeling strangely confident.
Perfect. Well,
It's very high stakes.
It is.
You have to destroy
It's the
it.
Egg Hall of Fame. Do
Exactly.
you know what I mean? This isn't a
There's
joke.
no
It's serious.
greater.
Serious?
There's
That
no
is
greater
serious.
accomplishment.
so minutes start on the timer, starting now.
Okay.
Don't forget our 3 special gigs next month. And Pete's MC Comedy Night, the Saturday the 8th of February at the Deer's Head. Paddy Raff amongst the lineup. Kieran Lavery, Nam McDowell and a very special guest, TBC, play at the Black Box. Nerd's brand new friend and Vera at Ulster Sports Club. All 3 gigs hosted by us for just £5 per night. You can nab all your tickets at shine.net.
Don't forget to head to offshoottv.com for all our videos or search us on YouTube, Instagram or TikTok. This week's On Campus has been produced by Maya Kelly and Ryan McGrath. I'm Amy, this has been Adam, and let's just check in on our egg.
Oh, I thought, well, still time. I think
Still time.
There's still time.
I feel like I'm having
Exactly.
sleep paralysis. It feels like a weird dream.
That is our minute up, so it is there.
Okay,
Unfortunately-
maybe I wouldn't be too good on Taskmaster.
Unfortunately, because you haven't been able to balance it, it does have to end up in the bin.
Okay, I thought you were going to say on my head there.
No, we're nice here, so we are.
Okay.
If you want, you can just
Pop it in the bin.
give it a big crack into the bin.
Crack it in.
yeah. Well, however,
There we go. In the bin.
that's very civilized. That yeah, an egg not being
Tuesday.
not being cracked. That's like a gun not being fired.
Yeah. No, I had a lot of respect for my egg. I think that was evident in the footage.
Yeah, definitely.
We had a bond there. Twins separated at birth, so I wasn't going to do any harm.
Anyway, to finish the show, the aforementioned Nam McDowell on the bill of our first of the 3 launch gigs on the 4th of February. Here's he, recorded by us at Offshoot TV.
Thanks for watching.
I know a woman who is taking her space and time, and she loves a woman who is honest, who's satisfied, and I love a man who doesn't know me and doesn't know you. Can't seem to focus on space or time, and he's not satisfied. Ooh, 'cause I understand how to take up space, how to see the light, but he cannot see that this time we speak of passes by. When I know a woman who is taking her space and time, and she loves a woman who is honest, who's satisfied, and I love a man who doesn't know me and doesn't know